kill two doves with one stone. Doing music reactions here, but I could do some topics as well. So while we're here, Chigs and Smooth, make sure y'all go subscribe up to his channel. Great at covering certain topics, you know what I'm saying? We got Joe Budden banned straight from the Joe Budden podcast after dissing Rob Markham and HipHop. Who is this motherfucker ain't dissing right now? You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Chigs. Get ready. You know what to do, Chigs.
Salute to Chick Smooth.
Hey, Chick Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Oh boy, here we go, you guys. Drizzy Drake. You see what happens when you attack a hip-hop journalist unprovoked? Somebody that minds their business, you went out of your way to go call him a goof. For what? Was it worth it? Now, luckily for Drake, Rob actually spared him. He responded back on his channel to Drake and said, bro, I have no issues with you. All I do is critique.
He's crashing out right now. Of course, this good man can finish the bar. Free Tory. But if I start calling the name, you're gonna sue. Facts.
Peak music, I tell people what I like, what I don't like, and I'm positive over here. You're not gonna get me to crash out, buddy. And let's be honest here, Drake. If I joke back and call you a name, you might sue me. Now, all this also happens after Drake announced he was doing another interview podcast with Bobby Altoff. Drake caught a lot of heat, backlash, and outrage from a lot of people saying, bro, what makes you think that we want to sit through another interview with you and Bobby? You keep going to these platforms to avoid having to answer questions.
But Mal and academics losing the plot, bro. Got them going crazy right now. You know what I'm saying?
About the beef and the battle with Kendrick. Even DJ Academics told him yesterday, Drake, after you put out this upcoming album, Iceman, you're going to eventually have to sit down and do an interview with an actual platform. A platform that's not going to glaze you. A platform that's going to hold your feet to the fire and ask you hard questions. Well, today on the Joe Budden Podcast, episode 855, make sure you guys go check it out on Spotify or Apple Music. Joe was not a fan of Drake disrespecting Rob, so much so that he told Drake, you are never invited to my podcast. If you're going to continue to attack black media and diss black journalists, you are not welcome to the biggest podcast in hip-hop.
Yeah. But okay, so somebody pulled up an old Rob Markman clip.
I mean, don't get twisted. I'll be real. Drake will never go on Joe Budden podcast. Never. You know what I'm saying? His pride would never allow him to go in there. So Joe Budden didn't really have to say that, because Drake ain't going there, and I ain't sticking up for Drake. At the same time, Joe Budden is letting it be clear, like, letting it be known. You're banned from the culture, bro. We don't want you talking, having anything to do with hip-hop. Don't even come up here, bro.
Him interviewing Tory Lanez, where Tory Lanez was spitting a Lil Wayne verse, and I guess he stopped at the end of the final bar so Rob could say it with him. And Rob didn't. So Drake comments underneath, says, of course, this goof Markman can't finish the bar. Rob Markman responds underneath the comment. Ooh, comment beef. Responds underneath the comment and says, what did Rob Markman say? He said, well, I would call you names too, but you would sue. And then that was the end of the exchange. Yeah. So the next day I go to get my manicure.
That was a good one.
It's a good comeback.
That's a nice comeback right there.
It
that was a body shot. That was a body
good.
shot.
I seen a tweet earlier. Someone called him Supac.
So then the next day I'm getting my manicure and Rob responds on his platform, YouTube. And he's like, my response to, or whatever the caption said. And I click it. And boy, was this just the fucking cleanest reply that you could do. And I was so mad at Marvin. I was so mad at Rob Marvin. Too classy.
I loved it. Nah, I like it. It was shady, but classy.
Why does Drake have such beef with Rob Markman? That's the thing I don't get.
I don't know.
Because
for Drake to be Drake,
right now, the man got beef with everybody. Why is a totally different question? I guess only his stands, fans, and him can answer. This man is having beef with the whole of hip hop and anybody associated with it. Anybody who stands on the side of hip hop and culture, he got beef with. And I don't even understand the point right now, because it's come to a point where you're beefing yourself. You're really trying to stay relevant. You know what I'm saying?
Take the time to actually go into the comments of a random post to come after
from some old ass content.
Right. Yeah. It seemed weird to me.
Not to me. He seems to have beef with the way that everybody covered the Kendrick battle who didn't suck his dick.
Got it.
Facts. Facts.
Okay.
As I said,
That
yep.
makes
He has a problem if you went to the show and if he spoke to you. I think he just thinks that people sided with Kendrick and didn't give him a fair shot, and that manifests in these stupid beefs like this one.
Yeah, and he's been on that since the battles, really. Maybe before the battles. Some of the criticism has been taking place. I read an article in the New Yorker actually the other day talking about the decline of music review in general, music criticism in general, how like in the Rolling Stone or whatever, they used to just fucking bash people. And now it doesn't really happen as much because, partially at least because of fan bases being so rabid and annoying that it's like it's not even worth
That's a good point.
scathing somebody over. And,
That's a great point.
and to your point too, the person themselves can now just fire back.
Or now I'm never going to do anything
Or
with
you
you.
can go see
Right.
it.
I'm gonna punish you
When
for
maybe I just didn't like your album, bro.
The artists that want you to review their music, I feel like you can tell now. And most artists don't want you to review their music.
unless it's positive.
I think a lot of artists just don't want you to review the music. When Killer Mike came up here, when Jid came up here, when Offset came up here, you could just tell the people that, have you heard this album?
Yeah, yeah.
What did you think? I'm here to hear what you think. Versus the people that are playing a different game that don't really care about the reviews. They want to go to their controlled places.
Environment.
Yeah.
Like their streamer that they fuck with, or Apple, or Spotify, or Zane, or just whoever they're going to.
Yeah.
Not somewhere that's so irregulated.
That's why I would love to see Drake, because I actually think Drake is a good interview. I think he's interesting and smart and funny and thoughtful, but he so rarely now goes to any platforms where he can demonstrate those things outside of the controlled environment. You know, like he's about to do this. I know he's about to do this.
Bobby,
another thing with Bobby, another podcast. I would love to see him go out. It doesn't have to be here, although I think it'd be amazing here. But like
Not invited up here, buddy.
fair enough.
Not invited. But see, I like the running theme of that.
Yeah.
I like his problem with hip hop media, and I like hip hop media's problem with him. I don't want it to end.
Yeah, but see, I want some answers.
I think I've gotten all the answers that I was looking for.
They've kind of manifested themselves. Back to your point that all the beefs that he's had with what's my man's name on YouTube that he was firing at before with the glasses, Fantano, Fantano, like he was firing at him however many years ago. Rob now, everyone, you.
It's reached to a point where how many L's could a motherfucker take? Like, how many L's do you take before you go, you know something? Enough is enough. Let me chill the fuck out. Let me stop being a dickhead. Let me stop acting like a self-centered, egotistical arsehole. Yeah? And start giving back to the community, the culture, which helped me to be where I am today. How about take a break? Sit back, find an island, get stuck there for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Instead of all this BS that we wake up every morning to something new that Drake Keisha has decided to get into a hissy fit over. You know what I'm saying? Like, enough is enough.
But there's no
sometimes.
accountability for it. Like we may get our answers for why we think he did a thing, but I think there's something interesting about saying, Drake, why did you do that? Why would you pick this? Why do you have picks? Or why did you make this choice? Or why do you think you won the beef? Or why do you think you didn't win the beef? Or whatever the thing is, whatever feelings he's feeling, we get it through the music, we get it through representation, but we don't get it from him on the platforms where people can ask questions back. And I just don't like that. And it's not just him. I mean, we see that with a lot of big stars. They just don't go on platforms anymore.
Yeah, but it's different with him because now every day or for the rest of time, it just looks like a music video for Not Like Us. That's why. Stay over there with Aiden Ross. Stay over there with Bobby. Stay wherever you feel comfortable at. Right? You're still not. That's still a controlled environment.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
But stay over there. Like I kind of take offense that he even is calling Rob Markman a goof.
Yeah.
Rob Markman.
Stay over there and don't come back. You know, you pick your side. Stay the fuck over there. We know what our side is. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it misconstrued. Like, we just don't. You're not coming back. That card has been revoked for life. You know, it's unfortunate. I never thought 2-3 years ago, somebody told me the downfall of Drizzy. I'll be like, please get out of here. Look at us here, 2025.